The China Railways SL11, 11, Shènglì, Victory, class steam locomotive was a class of 4-6-2 passenger steam locomotives operated by the China Railway. They were originally built for the South Manchuria Railway and the Manchukuo National Railway by ALCO of the United States in 1908, and have the distinction of being part of the first group of standard gauge locomotives to operate in northeastern China. The first Pacifics to be delivered to Manchukuo were the 7 Class G locomotives built by ALCO at their Richmond works. These were part of the first group of locomotives bought by Manchukuo after conversion to standard gauge. They entered service in 1908, hauling express trains made up of Pullman cars between Dalian and Changchun put into service that year. These trains originally ran twice weekly, but were later increased to 3, then 4, trips each week, though during the First World War service was reduced to 1 train per week. These locomotives were occasionally used for mixed trains on the Anfang line. Between 1920 and 1926 they were rebuilt with superheaters, but with the arrival of newer types, and the increase in passenger traffic, they came to be used on all sorts of passenger trains on the trunk lines. Immediately after the Mukden incident 4 were lent out to another railway. In 1933, 6 were transferred to the Manchukuo National Railway, where they were used on the construction of new lines, along with regular passenger duties. Due to the axle load of the Pashina class being too heavy for use on the main line north of Xinjiang, Changchun, after the extension of the Asia Express to Harbin in 1935, the Pashiyai class was used on the Xinjiang-Harbin section, which was formerly owned by the MNR. In the 1920 classification system they were designated Pashiyai class. Those transferred to the MNR in 1933 were reclassified Pashiko class. In the Unified Classification Scheme of 1938 they returned to the Pashiyai designation. Of the 7 Pashiyai class locomotives, at the end of the Pacific War 6 were assigned to the Jianzhou Railway Bureau and 1 was on loan to another railway. All 7 eventually ended up with the China Railway, becoming Class 11, PX11, in 1951, and Class SL11 in 1959. References